Hello ladies and welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia and for today's Tichel tutorial I am going to be showing you how I wrapped this really fun style. It was inspired by these really awesome vintage earrings. I will tell you, I wasn't so sure about them, but whenever I see something that I like that's a maybe, it's like they were okay, but a maybe, I just picked them up because like these, I would have been missing out on a fantastic piece of jewelry. So we're going to be wrapping this. I'm going to take out my earrings because it's harder to wrap with the earrings for me. And I will show you how this one is done. It's really super simple, surprisingly so. Now I'm going to untuck the tail. All of the pleats in this were surprise, you know, they were just, oh my gosh, you pleated kind of thing. It wasn't a mint pleat. So I'm untying and I have my scarf. It's slightly off center, not too much. Now for this, I have it on over one of my low bun caps. Now adjust this. It just has a cute little bun on the back. Okay, so that's on. Now, I left this entire scarf open, so it wasn't, there's no folding. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, here we go. Placing it on my head. I have the seam down the center, so I can see where center is. Probably should have ironed it out, but I think it's helpful for me, and you really don't notice the seam once the scarf is wrapped. So here we go, slightly off center, placing it on my head like so. Now I'm getting to this point and I'm gathering up the scarf. So I have this, so I'll show you from the back. So this is what I have all gathered up. I'm just crisscrossing underneath of the bun like so. And then when I bring it around, I can do the adjusting of the front, and you see the lengths. Now for when I did this a little bit ago, I spun the scarf around so that the green was showing on this side, but you didn't even see that because it was covered. So I'm going to do the same thing, just gathering it up. This wanted to fold in, so I just let it, and I brought this up. And as you see, this does its own pleating fun. I didn't mess with it. I folded this piece because this looked weird to me. I folded it under like so. And then I brought it up. I left that lay, and I brought this guy up. Now I just kind of opened it up, and you can see. Okay, I just opened it up, crinkled it a bit, and I brought it up. Now you can see these are some excellent pleats. I will fuss with them to make them a little neater. Can do it now. I'll do it later too. All right. But the most important part is when I get to this point, I'm going to bring the shorter tail around to the back, over, making sure that the blue is the part that shows to make this knot, because that's what I did earlier. And reach through, pull it back, just like this. Okay. So far we have the center bow piece. We have the swoosh, which we can loosen up just a little bit. It doesn't have to be tight. We have this tail, and this tail over here. Now I'm going to take this piece and I'm just going to lay out the pleats to make them pretty. My light is possessed. Please forgive me. It likes to flash on and off while I'm filming. It drives me nuts. So here we go. For this piece back here, because it doesn't want to pleat by itself neatly, I'm going to place the pleats. And like so. Just, it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be, you know, anything crazy, but like this. See? And then bringing it around the back. Now, this was a little weird because the pocket is right in here. So stuffing it in is a little strange, but it will work once you find the proper space. Make sure there are no fringes hanging out. Okay. Neaten this up a little bit because I can feel it's weird. Okay. Okay. So, all right, this half completely done. Now, this side, I am taking my scarf because I don't want the blue. I don't want it all blue. I'm taking it and I'm flipping it. As you can see, it kind of wants to flip the opposite direction. I don't know why it did that, but it just does. So I went with it. I opened it up with the green out, like so. The hardest part is getting this one little piece that just wants to flip in the wrong direction. I am taking him, making sure he gets to where he needs to be. And then I'm left with this. Now earlier, I just did the same thing with the crinkling. I wasn't really looking for crazy amounts of pleats. I wasn't even planning, honestly, for pleats. It did the pleats itself, and I said, thank you. So, okay, just like so. And again, they don't have to be, you don't have to have sharp pleats. The loose pleats look really good with this as well. So this one, pulling around the back like this, and it's going to wrap all the way around. I want to keep these little guys, you'll see this little fringe, keep them on the top. May not make sense right this second, but it will when we're bringing it up and trying to tuck away. You won't see them. They're easier to tuck away when, let's see, where are you? Pocket, pocket, there you are. It's easier to tuck away and make sure all the fringes stay away, stay put away when you do it that way. Okay, and that is it. Now you can fuss with these, make the pleats neater, sharper, face the same direction, make them messier. So easy peasy, so much fun to play with. And it really didn't matter that I switched the scarf around underneath, but it just when I was wrapping, I hadn't had a plan for this. I just kind of put it on my head and wrapped it around and said, what am I going to do now? And that's what I did. So for the under scarf, you don't have to flip it over. And honestly, if you don't want the green on this side, if you want it to continue through with the blue, it looks pretty that way as well. I'm going to turn around so you can get a good view of this wrap from all around. So I'm going to start by turning this way. And then this way. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Have a wonderful day, ladies, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.